typically a solo traveler, but this summer I took not one, not two, but 3 group trips throughout the Western United States. And while I was apprehensive to give up my typical travel independence, I not only survived all 3, I actually had a great time. So I was curious, what made these group trips so successful that I want to plan 4 more for next year? And how can you replicate it for your own group of friends? Hi, I'm Annie from Average Girl Does Cool Things, and in this video, I'm gonna show you how to plan a great group trip that everyone will enjoy, hopefully without the drama. So let's get into it. But before we do, be sure to hit that subscribe button for more travel tips. Okay, the first thing we need to do is figure out what vibe we're going for. Everybody jumps straight into like, where are we going and how much is it going to cost? Instead, I want you to zoom out. Forget the destination itself and ask yourself, what kind of trip do we want? Are we looking for relaxation? Are we looking to do some adventure? Are we looking to explore something new, get outside of our comfort zone, do a beach vacation with cocktails? Maybe you want to go to the city and do some shopping. Maybe you want to go challenge yourself with an outdoor adventure, or maybe you just want to go to the spa. Understanding what type of trip you're trying to do and understanding what type of trip everybody's going to be comfortable doing is absolutely key before you start getting into any of the details. I recommend running a quick poll, like a doodle poll, with all of your friends in your friend group that are going to go on this trip to make sure that everybody's voice is heard. And that way you have receipts if somebody tries to change their mind. The next thing we're going to do is narrow our trip down by time and budget. Not everybody can take $1,000 trip or like a week off of work, if wishing made it so. So this again is a great time to use that doodle poll. If people are on a lower budget and lower time, then consider just taking like a short weekend trip. If they've got a bigger budget, then maybe you choose an international destination. Either way, the best thing here is to plan for the lowest common denominator. That means your friend who's got the least amount of time and the least amount of money. That way we can make sure that everyone feels included. Okay, now that we have the vibe, now that we have the budget, now that we know what time frame, we can pick a destination. If you're looking for a great city vibe, I love something like a New Orleans or a Nashville. If you want an adventure vibe, something like Sedona, Colorado, Montana. And for a beach vibe, maybe it's San Diego. Hi, that's where I live. Or even something quaint like Cape Cod. When in doubt, pick something that's easy to get to and easy to get around. You're not always gonna wanna hassle with a car rental, so a place that's got Ubers or Lyfts is gonna help you out tremendously. Now, as we choose a location, we also have to choose how we're gonna stay. And this is where we have the great fight between, do we get a hotel or do we get an Airbnb? Here's what I recommend. If you are somebody who needs alone time, if you're staying with people who are messy, a hotel is probably best for you. You don't have to worry about cleaning up after each other, and you have a built-in way to get away. But if you're happy to all be up in each other's business, if you like to cook and cook for others, if you're going somewhere where hotels are just really freaking expensive and it makes more sense to split costs on an Airbnb, then yeah, a house rental is probably best for you. Either way, just make sure that everyone is in agreement. Okay, now that we know where we're going, you can pick activities that everybody will love. The number one thing I want you to consider here is to balance your activity time with your free time. This is going to help keep the peace in your travel group. Everyone has different travel styles, so you need to create a balance where people can opt in to activities that they want to do and they can opt out of the activities they don't want to do. So plan a few things, make 1 or 2 of them absolute like group activities. So maybe it's like a night out or a concert or something that the group trip centers around that you know everybody is going to attend. And then allow time for hanging out at the pool or going shopping or things that people can opt into or opt out of as their energy allows them. And I really recommend here that you share the planning load. So don't try to do this all on your own. Don't take it upon yourself to be like the only group leader. A great way to create buy-in in your group is to ask people to take on different tasks. So ask somebody to look up restaurant recommendations in the area, ask somebody to handle getting the tickets for a concert or an event or something. Spread out the planning responsibilities. That's going to help create buy-in so that everybody is invested in the trip. In fact, that's my next tip. Divide and conquer. Now, I am a professional event planner, so like this is what I do for a living. So my philosophy is that when it comes to planning a group trip, one person should hold the big picture and keep everybody organized, but everybody else needs to contribute something. So your main planner is going to be the organizer. They're going to be the person who is good at holding the Google Doc, good at holding the Excel spreadsheets. They're going to gather everybody's travel plans. They're going to look for opportunities to be more efficient. They're going to look at how do we get everybody to different places. That's your master planner. Meanwhile, everybody else in the group trip gets assigned something. Somebody gets put in charge of dinner the first night or lunch the second day. Somebody else gets put in charge of an activity. Somebody else gets put in charge of picking the hotels or the Airbnbs. This makes everyone invested and one person way less stressed. The next tip I have for you is to take it up a notch. So yes, we're gonna plan a great girls trip to get away, but what helps make these trips really memorable? This is where you have an opportunity to step it up a little bit and find opportunities to create those memories. So this is where you might do one night themed. So like everybody has matching PJs, or you all go out to dinner in some theme. When we did my best friend's bachelorette party, we did a 90s theme and we all showed up in boy band t-shirts. We also got tattoos of her husband's face, which was both creepy and hilarious. One of my favorite trends on social media, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but people do a shirt grab bag that they have to wear on the plane, and they just put really stupid, ridiculous, almost like white elephant type shirts in these bags. It's hysterical. I've always wanted to do this on a trip. And if themes aren't really for you, then another great way you can take this up a notch is to give everybody a swag bag with a customized itinerary and maybe a little local swag from the area you're visiting. Those little touches can just help make a moment so much more memorable. Okay, to recap, you're gonna pick the vibe, you're gonna pick the budget, you're gonna pick the venue, then you're gonna pick your activities, and then you're gonna make it special. So I wanna know what vibe would be your dream girls trip. Throw it in the comments below. And be sure to check out the other videos in my girls trip series so you can get your girls trip out of the group chat and keep it on budget and drama free. Until next time, go create a life you love. Bye.